lesson 18, Matthew chapter 9. So, are you ready to go forward? We're going to enter now a passage where we don't know all the words. Previous passages we knew, we needed 2 or 3, but this one, some of the words are purposely more difficult, and I'll walk you through how to handle some of those difficult words. In this passage, this is the passage of the 2 blind men, and Jesus is talking to them, heals them, and then he tells them, don't tell anyone else. Don't ruin my advance plans here. And they ignored him completely and told everybody they knew that they could see now. And so that's this passage. Let's see. Why don't you just pronounce where the red dot is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning but. Just this front part. This is a front part of words. So just this part. Elthon. So it's a root segment meaning come. And the ending will tell you whether it's came or coming, but just come. Elthon.
Gi.
Right? Meaning?
Earth.
Okay.
Lego.
Go.
Let go my ego. Yeah. Yes. I speak. I say. This is a new word.
Nai.
Nai. So it's like saying yes with an exclamation mark.
Ali.
Very good. And it gets the sense, it almost looks like the word whole if I get rid of the W. So holy is whole, right?
Ophthalmos.
Very good. So this is the PH sound, the phi. What letter is that?
Theta.
Theta.
And what letter is that?
U.
And what letter is that?
Lambda.
Very good. Okay.
Parago.
Theta.
Para go. And para is a preposition meaning?
Like parallel, alongside.
Side.
Okay.
Alongside, near.
Right. And ago, anyone remember that?
I lead.
I lead. So para ends with an A. Ago starts with an A. Lo and behold, they dropped one of the vowels.
Poeo.
Good. Poeo.
Poeo. Okay.
Right.
Tate.
It just kind of puts a little pizzazz. Oh, yeah.
Tate.
Tata.
Which is, I'll be introducing the if-then clauses, and this is the then clause.
Say that again. How do you say tata?
Tate.
Tate.
Yeah.
It's not tati, it's tate. Okay, tate.
Right.
Tata.
Okay. Yeah, it's a soft O. If you said tote, it's like, okay, I'm not going to shoot you.
Oti.
Toti, I might shoot you on that one.
Tuto.
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 And this is from our other table, which is this, that, and the other thing. So it means this. New word coming up.
Toothless.
Toothless.
And an os ending means?
It's a
Noun.
it's a noun, singular, nominative, masculine.
Yes. Singular, masculine. Yep. So this is an adjective. It's essentially means blind, but a blind what? And so you won't know until context whether they're men or women or a dog or a cat. And so you would say blind one, put in one in parentheses, toothless or toughless. Let's see. I wanted to go back. Poeo is, I didn't say what it meant. Means I do, or I make, or I cause to be. Any of those. So,
But not like the I do you would say when you get married. It's
no,
just
it's
I
not.
do.
Not that kind of do. No, it's more like I am doing something.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do go to the zoo.
Very good. That's right. And then go ahead.
I think when red blood cells are made, it's erythropoiesis.
Woo!
I don't know where I picked that up, but I recognize the point.
It's not in my vocabulary. I love that. Thank you. Parago, as you already mentioned, can mean alongside or near. So I could be leading past someone, I could be passing by, or I could be departing from. And once you get the wooden sentence together, you'll have to decide, is this a stationary position and I'm just passing by, or is it stationary and I'm departing away from? I would think that I would use apo in there for away from, but parago has a similar meaning of departing from someplace. I put in a word here, the English paragon, which possibly meant I pass everybody else up. It might come from that word, I don't know, but that's the closest English word I could come up with, because it's got para and ago built into it, paragon. All right. So some new words, tuflos, taute, poeo, holy, and nai. I think all the others we've seen, and elthon. All the others we've seen. So half new, half are familiar. All right. In this lesson, I'll do the verse first, and then I have commentary afterwards, because some of the words are worthy to explore a little bit.
And
Kai.
Some kind of paragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I passed along.
I pass along, I pass by, I depart from. Yep. Could be any of those.
Ethan.
And
This is this is a dictionary word, but if it's a normal word, the epsilon would tell you
Past tense.
past tense. But at this point, since we don't have a dictionary, we don't know if this is a word that starts with epsilon, or if it's a word that starts with K and it's got a past tense flag on it. That's the hazard in Greek, is you don't know sometimes. Just like the word in front of a word means what?
not.
Not.
Negative.
But what happens if you've got a word that starts with a? Like
It means it's negate. It negative.
Right, but if you got a word like ago, it starts with an alpha. So you got this conundrum as you're building up your vocabulary to say, is this a signal, a prefix, or is it part of the stem?
Well, it's kind of like I undo something, or I wear my undies. UN. They both start with un.
True. Yes, okay. So we will find out when I turn the slide.
Which is one of those.
The
Jesus.
Jesus, which is Jesus.
and the OU
Of Jesus.
of Jesus.
Oh.
Right.
Holotheson.
Ah,
Son.
very, The longer the word, the harder it is for Americans to pronounce. Yes. So break it part syllable by syllable. Echo, lu. This is a diphthong.
Oh.
E, T-H-E, san.
E, sun.
Right. So if you just almost like Japanese, it's like every syllable is pronounceable if you know where to break it. So e, ko, ka, lu, thi, san. Very good. This is a dictionary word.
Can't see that one. Find the twin.
Oh.
Auto. Auto.
Is it
Yeah.
showing now?
Otto.
Alto. Yeah.
Oh, let's look on my, Otto, yeah. Him, his, her, something.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, why is it in brackets?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It
So
may not
is-
have been in the original text. Oh.
Yes. So that means when you're looking at your Greek New Testament, it says this one, they found a sufficient number of manuscripts where it was in it and sufficient number of the same age and reputation, and it's missing. And so it's not like an ABCD. They said all of our best manuscripts have, some have it and some don't. And so they'll put, that would be you rarely will see brackets. Here's a verse that has brackets in it.
Duo, two,
Two.
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 Two floy.
Two
Sorry.
flows, blind one. Oh, blind.
Plural.
Oh.
Plural.
Right. Yeah, plural. Blind ones, but you
Blind
don't know. But you don't know how many they are. But with duo, you know there's only two of them.
Two.
Oh.
So if the duo wasn't here, it could be like a crowd of blind people. But duo says there's two of them,
Oh,
And-
two blind people.
and since there's more than one, it's not a tough loss. It's a tafloy. Yeah, two blind ones.
Gradzontes.
Oh, you got the DZ. Yes. Gradzontes. Yes.
I've been practicing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kra. Z. So the DZ is almost like it's split, and you said it perfectly. So kradzontes. Yep. And this is a dictionary word.
Kai.
Hi.
And
Leg.
Contes.
So just look at the first four letters,
Lego.
Oh, leg.
Lego.
which means
I speak.
I
I speak.
speak, I say, And so they, comma, that's kind of a clue that the next is the quotation. So
Okay.
these blind people are saying something, and this is what they say. I'm going to leave this one for Maura.
Eleison.
Very good.
Oh, L-A-son.
Eleison.
Oh, like Lord.
No, that's
No.
Have mercy.
that'd be curious. Curious is
Oh,
Lord.
curious is Lord. L-A-son. Grace?
Go ahead, Mara.
Eleison. Oh, mercy.
Mercy.
Oh, mercy.
Yes.
Let's get there.
You'll get there.
Humus?
Himas.
Himas.
Oh, himas.
So the H tells you it's going to be plural.
Us.
Us. Very good. Can you see that whole word on your screen?
Oh, I have to look. Oh, weas?
We are. That's son.
Oh,
Son.
Son.
David. David. David.
David.
David.
Yeah, David. Yep. Even almost looks like it with the funky D. Yep. That's a capital. That's a capital D.
Oh,
That's
you
a
guys have my
delta.
name. I wasn't paying attention. I was down weas.
Yeah. Weos is up over here.
Yes,
So son David.
David.
28.
Verse 28. First bird.
Afanti. Fonte.
Alfonte. Uh-huh. And Alphon is a new word, and it means come.
Come.
Right.
De.
De,
Is but.
But
moreover,
or moreover,
East.
ice.
Ice. I always say it wrong.
Ice.
That's
Ice.
all.
Into.
Into.
Teen.
The.
That's another the.
Oikaion.
Oikion.
Mhm.
Oikion.
So we've seen it as oikos.
Oikos. Oikos. Oikos.
Anyone remember?
mm,
I want to say a house or something. But it's like,
You are right on the money. It is a house.
Oh,
So I'd have oines, which is wine,
oh, that's right.
in oikos. I'd have oines in oikos. So a wine in the house. Yeah. Oikaion, house.
Cross.
Rasilfon.
cross,
Pros.
Uh,
Ethon.
Pros.
Althon. Yes. Eelthon. Yeah. So pros, just the
Oh,
preposition.
that's the face
in
to
front
face.
of. In
face
front
to,
of.
yeah,
I'm facing. Yes.
Facing, yes.
And now this ELTHON is the same as this epsilon LTHON. So it's before come. So
Oh, like they came face to face?
could be,
Before.
yeah, somehow or another, they're getting to the house, and before he gets to the house, there's a face-off. Yep.
How tall?
Yes.
Oh,
No, him.
To him.
Okay.
Hoi?
Hoi.
Hoi. Hoi.
The?
This is an
Oh,
H.
hoi.
I have the. I have nominative
The.
plural masculine.
Oh, two Floyd.
The.
Blind again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the blind ones.
blind ones,
Yep.
and Kai,
Kai.
Legay.
leg,
And this is very similar to Lego. Legay.
Oh,
Leg-
Legai. Yeah.
speak.
Legay. Speak. Uh-huh.
Voice.
a choice,
So ois is going to be a two, and it's a plural. So I'm speaking to them.
To
Him.
them.
Them.
He said
Them.
to them.
Yep.
Hoi. Ho.
Ho.
Which
Yep.
is the.
oh,
The.
Jesus.
Jesus,
Jesus. Wow.
He's
yes, net,
Legay.
So focus just on the first five letters.
Was that pray?
Pista, which means
Faith. Faith.
faith,
faith. Okay. So when you're putting these wooden translations together, you may not know the endings, but if you got the stem, you would be justified for putting the word faith right here.
And there's Hati,
Hati. Yeah.
which
hati.
is such that. That's
Yeah,
the such that.
such that. Now this does a wraparound. Dunamai.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Oh, like dynamite.
Power.
Power.
Power. So it's not explosive power,
Right.
but it's an enablement or ability or
Work.
some power under control. Uh-huh.
Tuto.
this,
This.
Okay.
Oikai.
Poisai.
Right. So
Oh,
poi.
we just had poise.
Poio, it means what?
Making.
I make, I do. Uh-huh. And so this is a form of it. Now, the semicolon, we don't see very often. Do you remember what a semicolon meant?
It doesn't mean semicolon.
No.
it ends that phrase,
It is ending the phrase. It's a question mark.
No, it's like a question.
Oh,
oh,
really?
Yes. So the comma is a comma, the period's a period, but a semicolon is
Question.
a question mark. So he just poses a question to them.
leg, Legosen. That's it, I speak.
Now notice this is an OU, so it's a diphthong, so it's like soup, legusen.
Oh,
But it is indeed from the stem is Lego, which means I speak. Yep. So legusen is a plural form, so I have a feeling they're doing the speaking now.
Otto.
To him.
To him.
To him. Oh, there's our new word, nigh.
Nigh. Which
is
means
Yes,
yes,
indeed.
yes, indeed.
yes, an exclamation mark.
Fourier.
Kyrie.
That Lord?
Yes,
Lord.
That's Lord. Very good.
Finally got there.
And because it's just one word hanging here, we still need to know this one.
Okay.
Verse 29.
Tote.
Tata.
Tata.
Tata. Tate.
Tata. Yeah.
Then.
Then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not there.
Okay. So even in these just two verses, we know there's some sort of conversation going on. There's some blind people. They're meeting up with Jesus. He says something they say something to him. He says something back to them and they respond. So we have a conversation in these just two verses, and we'll see how well we did. Okay. Kai is and. Alongside leading would be the wooden form, but most places will translate it as departing. In this case,
There's the ek. So ek is
yeah,
out.
it truly is an ek, as opposed to a past tense epsilon. And so you would only know this by knowing the vocabulary, and this means out from there. It's a dictionary word, but the ek is definitely out, as opposed to an epsilon prefix. To the
To the
of Jesus. This is indeed a past tense. This is this eta here. I would have thought it might be a epsilon, but even an eta in front will designate a past tense. The whole word means followed or follow, past tense followed. So it's like putting an ed on the end. To him, duo to Floy, blind ones. Cradsantes is crying aloud, crying out loud. They're trying to say, hey, pay attention. So it's not crying like I'm sad, but crying out like a hollering, like a town crier. Yep. Cradsantes. Kai and elegantes, speaking or saying, mercy us, son David. And so if you were to translate this, you would say, have mercy on us, son of David. But just wooden, it's just simply mercy us, comma, son David. Elthon is come, so coming. Day, but. And the day, just like gar means for, F-O-R, day meaning but, those words often land in the second position of a sentence. So if you're putting in this English, you would say, but coming. But in the wooden Greek, it would be coming but. Ice is into, tain the, oiken house, very good. Facing come, so this is pros, facing, elthon, come. I'll have to go, you have to go to the dictionary to find out what English word this equates to, but if you're trying to just follow the stems, you go, oh, I got a feeling that they're either facing each other or as he gets to the house, he turns around and faces them. To him, I put hoi the many, and did anyone check me on that? Is hoi, H-O-I, the many, or is that a which or that?
It's a the word.
It is the word. Okay, so then
Yeah.
I wasn't in error. All right. Tu floi, blind ones, kai and lege said. You would know that it was past tense. You would just say speak, but you already we're seeing that it's something happening in the past. And said to them, autois, the Jesus, comma, so he's ready to give the quote, faith, trust, such that power or ability, this to do, question mark. So do you have the faith and trust that I can do this? Is how I would paraphrase it. Question mark. Speaking and saying to him, comma, tells you there's going to be a quote showing up. Nai, Kyrie, yes, Lord. And I should put an exclamation mark right there. Yeah, we can do it. Did you get all of those things written down? Okay.
Ipsata.
Ipsata. Yes, that's a PS sound. That's a sigh. Ipsata. You split the P and the S apart, just like you did with the D and Z.
Ipsata.
Ipsata. Uh-huh.
Tone.
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 That's
The.
Ophthalmon.
Eyes.
I. And notice that the own ending is the same on both of them, and this word and this word. So we know that these four words are a phrase. They all go together. So the eyes, tone?
is?
There.
There.
Oh,
Yeah.
there.
It's a plural.
Right there.
Mhm.
Leg on. Leg. I speak.
Right? A comma.
Comma.
So here comes a quote.
Down from.
Uh-huh.
Or according to.
Or according to. Down from or according to.
Oh, according to. Okay, according to. Yep.
Either one will work.
The.
The.
Eastin.
Yeah, I almost think like
That's
an
faith.
it's like a piston in an engine. I think I can. You know, it's just, yeah,
Faith. Yes.
faith. Or
I think I can believe.
yeah, I think I can believe. Yes.
Who
Humon.
must.
Humon.
Who?
So it's
Humon.
no, the H tells you
Omega.
the H tells you it's plural, so it's y'all.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a
Genetho.
Genethito. Creating something?
very good. Yeah, it's ge ni thi to. Yeah, if you have trouble on a long word, just break out every syllable. Ge ni thi to. And so it's something about being generated. Yep, GEN is the root.
Human.
Human.
The H tells you it's plural, so it's probably the word them, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Kai.
beginning of a sentence. No, maybe not.
Yes,
A-
and this and is the start of a new sentence. Yeah, that's right. Okay. This is a tongue twister. Who can do
That's
this
a
one?
doozy of a word.
What's that?
That's a doozy of a word.
Yeah. Who will be the brave one?
Hineo
Bisan.
San.
Yeah. So this is a KH sound, and this is a TH sound. So you know this is the end of a syllable, and this is the start of a syllable.
Oh.
So Thesan, TH long E, SAN, is a common ending on many words. You'll start seeing this over and over and over again. So your I should say there is a syllable break right there between the chi and the theta, or theta, and it'll be a so ok, ni, I, ne, ok, the son. You know, yeah, even I have trouble with it. But the syllable break is right here. When you see these long words, your mind is used to small words like tone or chi. And then you get one of these and you go, panic, panic. Just kind of slowly sound it out. You can't find a stem in it. So you go, dictionary time.
Oh, tone.
A tone.
Mm-hmm.
Them?
It's one of those his, hers, or hims, or
Or them, yeah.
them.
Boy.
That.
The many.
Where is that, right? It's not the many. Or it's not holy, not holy poly. Holy poly's many.
Oh.
It's the mini.
Oh yeah, not
The many?
below, not below. This is the word for the, but
Oh, okay.
the many.
Yeah.
Oh, the many. Oh, your many's in quotes. The many. So it's the, but it's the many.
Yeah, it's
Because
the many.
many's in quotes. I got it. It's a plural the.
It's a plural the. Very good.
Oh.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay, you were confusing me.
I apologize. Yeah, it was not pala,
Right.
which means many by itself. So it's just oi. Okay, this word.
God.
Tomoy.
Cowboy.
That's I.
Eyes.
Yeah, so plural eyes. So the many eyes. So is this 15 eyes, 27 eyes?
Four
They don't
eye.
need- yeah, 4 eyes. Yeah, they don't need to tell you that there's 2. So they know that you're talking about people. We only have 2 eyes each. So there's no number. It just simply says the eye. Yeah,
Except for mothers. Mothers have eyes in the backs of their head.
that's true. They wear glasses. They've got 3 pairs of eyes, right?
Six
So-
eyes, huh?
But here's a case where it's the many, and it doesn't tell you exactly how many, but you know how many by context.
And
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 meeting. Meetly.
Very good.
Meetly.
Ni, bri, mi, thi.
man.
They
Make the
Yeah.
Brim.
Okay. Now this is a
Make
this is a dictionary word I'm going to be talking
oh, is that
about.
past tense? That could be past tense, right? Because the epsilon?
Could be.
Okay.
I am being vague here because it's not a word in my vocabulary, and I know.
So you don't know.
So I
we
don't
don't
know.
know.
Yeah. I will know in the next slide, but I don't know it.
Not choice. Not
Them? To them, of them?
Yep. So OIS is plural them.
ho. That's the
The
Jesus.
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 Yesu. Jesus.
They
Lego.
go. That's saying or to speak.
Yes, comma. So now he's going to.
It's a quote.
Here's a quote coming up.
Orate.
All right. And this O is not a long O, it's just a capital because it's
Oh.
the start of a sentence.
Orate.
Arate. Arate.
Harate. Yep.
Harate.
Harate. You don't know this word yet.
That's right. Midday.
Me. Dice.
Uh-huh.
Peace.
You might know me, which is M-E. I don't know if it's we haven't covered it very often, but it wasn't a vocabulary. Just M-E by itself?
Me.
No, that would be M iota. This is me. This is the word for not.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
No. Me was not.
Nos.
No. That to know.
Very good. Something about knowledge. So this is we get it gnosko, which means I know.
I know.
So gnosketo is a different ending, but if you say know or knowledge, either one of those will fit here. Period, end of sentence.
Hoi.
They,
The many.
the,
Moreover, or
Right,
However.
moreover or but. And so you know that this goes in front. So you would say, instead of saying the many, but you would say, but the many.
it sounds like it's more like however. They, however.
Oh, yes, you could write it that way as well. See, when you come into English, you have lots of options.
Hexelfontes.
Thank you for doing that. Very good. Yeah. This letter is what letter?
Xi?
Very good. Or XC? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's where we get exit. Yeah. So X.
Oh,
So this would be something about out, and then elfontes, which is a new word for us here.
we did Elfon.
Yeah, so it was in the two previous verses. So it's outcome.
Oh, yeah. Nissan.
The son at the ending is a common ending. So this is a dictionary word, but that letter is a what?
Phi. Phi.
Phi. Very good. Phi. Yeah, phi or phi. Phi.
Delphi.
But it's the
Delphi. Delphi.
yeah, it's an F sound. Uh-huh.
Delphi.
Auton. Them.
Okay.
There. Hen.
Is that a hen?
Here's the new word which we
Is that a
learned.
hen?
Oh, this is in. Yeah.
and
Oh, in. Okay. In.
Holy. Oh, yes, holy.
holy, whole.
Whole. Right. Yes.
Holy was whole.
Right.
The.
Gi.
Yeah, that means earth.
Free earth.
Oh.
It's almost like Evelyn, only it's ek.
Koine. Yeah. And so this is from our table of this, that, and the other thing.
Is heck out again?
No, it's more of this one is a this.
This.
You know, this specific, and this is the noun, earth. So this specific earth, or this, yeah. So it's not. We are now learning enough Greek that we get stumbled up because we go epsilon. Oh, in past tense. Ek. Oh, it means out.
Out. No, it's a whole word. This.
But it could. But there's a third possibility. It could be all of the Koine table with the E on the end. So, yeah. Okay. Let's take a look and see how we did.
I think I must be precocious because I've been confused right from the start.
Oh, okay. So,
Touch.
ipsato means touch. Tone is a genitive of the
Of the.
eyes, still genitive of eyes of whom. So it should really say of eyes, of the, of eyes, of them, of said, you know. So he touched the eyes of them and said, down from according to the faith and trust of y'all, generate to you all. So you would have to go to a grammar to say how would you phrase this generate? But in essence, it's saying, according to your faith, make it so. Warp factor 2, Sula, right? Make it so. And This whole word is
Oh,
means opened, and whoever said it was looked like it was a past tense is correct. It's a past tense.
opened. I said that.
Yeah, this letter in front is a signal that it's a past tense. Opened. Of them, the many, many eyes, and you don't know this word, this is a new word. It comes across as snorted or growled.
Snorted.
Yeah.
Wow.
To them, the Jesus. So
Jesus
the
growled at him?
Jesus is growling at him and said,
Holy
"Horate"
thing.
means make sure that, or pay attention.
Oh,
Medias is no one. So there's your not or your no for ME. Knowledge.
Oh,
So
and then that ending, is that one or no?
this could be ones if you want. No one. I just put no one because that's how
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. He says, make sure that no one knows about this. However, verse 31, the many ones, but the many ones out came from where? From that region. And they made known, which is this big long word, this is a dictionary word, him in whole to the earth, that specific. That's really awkward wooden translation. So you could say in that whole region, or in that whole sector, or in that whole county, or whatever is where they're located. So these many ones are making Jesus known to that whole area.
not good.
Yes,
He's gonna
but
go underground.
yeah, in whole to the earth, that's specific. So even as you're putting it in a wooden form, your brain is already trying to translate it into better English. All right, let's look at some of those two rare words, especially the one about snorting. It makes Jesus really emphatic. Brimo is the word. It's a first person form, so I snort, but it's like a bull that snorts says it's getting ready to charge you, right? I snort with anger. It's not in the Bible in first person form, but here it is in a second person, that someone is observing Jesus talking to these blind people. Harate, harate, it means make sure that, or take heed that, pay attention, see that this occurs. It comes from a root, harao, meaning I see. This is a new word to you, and this is a new word to you. But I wanted to show you that there's a connection between this emphatic statement of make sure that, or take heed that, or pay attention. If you know that the stem means I see, you might want to translate it as see that this occurs. But any of these four versions would be an appropriate translation of the of this snortable word, you know. So when Jesus charges them to tell no one, he ene brimithi, there's brimo, there's the root, and so English translations don't pull the full intensity. A lot of them just say he strictly charged them. But if you go with the wooden form, you would say, and in snortable grunt to them, that Jesus said, make sure that no one knows. And if I was to paraphrase it and call it the Harry paraphrase version, I'd turn him into a pirate, and I'd say, then Jesus growled, arg, make absolutely sure no one knows about this. And then you get the sense of what brimo is. That's the kind of, he's not just simply charging them straightly like a judge would. He's really like a sword wielding pirate at this point, you know. And then Brimothy, and so in the New Testament, it shows up in two other places. Brima omai, which means I indignantly speak to someone, or someone is indignantly speaking to me. And then this is the root for this word, em brima omai, which means I snort or I speak harshly with anger. And that's the version that's used right up there. This has a mu and this has an ne. I can't explain why they're different, but this is the root for that, and that's the root for that. So if you pull the thread, someone is snorting at somebody. All right. Let's see, next page. So does Jesus get angry? That sounded like he was pretty emphatic with those two blind people. He says, and when Jesus overturns the money changers, he does it without snorting. It's just raw physical anger. And here are the words that are used in those anger passage. Lege, which is just simply saying. Didaskin just means taught. So there's no violence involved in here. Elegen, said. Ipen. Isn't it spoken that my Father's house should be a house of prayer, and you've made it into a den of thieves? None of these carry that emotion of brimo. And then while I'm here, I noted when I was writing this.
He was turning over the tables at the same time.
Yes.
He was making whips and driving them out. He didn't really have to.
He didn't have to really yell at him. He was just, yeah. So when I was putting these together, I noticed that the epsilon is in front of a lot of these words, making them past tense. And most of them end with en, en, en. Kind of a clue that you've got a past tense word here with the epsilon in front and an en as an ending. So taught as opposed to I teach, said as opposed to I said, or I speak.
Have a little familiarity with a tiny document called the Didache. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, and that means the teachings.
A teaching, okay.
Yeah, Didache, and it's a K-H-E, I believe, an Ida at the end. Yeah, didasko means I teach, and so anything, didask anything is, or dida is teaching, kind of like gen always means something about generate. Yeah, dida is something about teaching. All right. So as I hinted at in the wooden, it's very cumbersome. The ones, however, or but, outcoming made known of him and whole the earth that specific. Doesn't work. So in English, you have to fill in some blanks. However, the giddy healed men left there making him known in that whole region. Or if I was to paraphrase it, however, the man blabbermouthed their healing such that the news spread like wildfire. Now, this is clearly an interpretation and not a translation. This is more of a translation concept-wise. So this would be more like the NIV or the NAB would have this idea of, I'm going to carry the whole concept of a phrase. This is the wooden word for word, very awkward. So you can see why a lot of people, when they are translating the Bible, tend to flip between word for word and concept by concept. And this particular verse is a good example of why you would want to do that when you're trying to translate it into English.
Well, the Living Bible gets like this. However, the men blabbermouth.
Yeah, that would be more like Living Bible. Yep.
Yeah.
That would be a blabbermouth is an American idiom. I don't even know if Australian and British English would use that. That's definitely an American word. Yeah. I hope I've given you permission to paraphrase when you get to that point. Your student, whoever you'll be translating for, you'll be able to bring some fun into your classroom, because you can say, I know what it says in the wooden form, but let me tell you how it comes across to me in American English. Did you know that Jesus was a pirate?
That's according to the Briley version.
Right there, yeah. Arg.
The Briley Bible coming out in a few years.
Yeah, that's right. Not, but yeah. But you just get that passion, whereas in all the other parts of his up in here, where he's turning over tables, which we normally think of all that physical anger, his verbal stuff is just so pedestrian. You know?
Yeah, we have trouble doing what he did there. I mean, when we get angry and start turning over tables, or we get our voice get angry, you know.
Yes.
He had his whole words under control while he was telling them to get out.
Yep, that would be my takeaway as well. Just
Yeah,
by
he was under control.
just looking at that Greek. Yep, yep. He's not yelling and screaming. He's probably speaking loud enough so everyone can hear him. But yeah, so his physical actions are showing the anger, whereas with the blind man, his vocal is describing his anger. Okay, the if-then clause. So the if-then has two forms in Greek and in English. So the first form is given an assumption, if so-and-so, now that so-and-so might be proven or not proven, then some conclusion follows. The alternate is, since something has already occurred, then a logical outcome follows. Both of them are if-then clauses, but it's like, given this, then that, since this, then that. So when we see a tate, then, it tells you you've got a conclusion clause, then you're going to go hunt for, well, where's the if clause? Where does that fit in? And so you can use three possible words to start an assumption. And I give an example in our other lessons, lesson 23, which is our quiz lesson, which we won't be doing with Zoom. This is something for you just to do on your own. You'll see two versions, if, since, and if, indeed. In lesson 15, we saw the word eon, which means if, just a plain ordinary if. But I could be translated as since something, then something else. Or ipair, that's a row there, ipair could mean if indeed. So that was kind of raising an element of doubt. If this doubtful thing occurs, or if indeed Jesus has risen from the dead, you know, then something else follows. You know, I by itself has more of an affirmative. Since this has definitely occurred, then so and so will happen. And lesson 23 will show both of these. The word you choose, if, since, or given, depends on what argument's trying to be made in the text. And you will only know that once you get all the words spelled out. There was several new words. You will, in many passages in Greek, you will run into the place where you're going to look at that and going, oh my word, look at all these words I don't know. I don't know these words. Well, your dictionary will be your best friend at that point. But look how many words you do know, all the ones in blue. So you're not completely lost in the forest. You can see some of the trees, and you just have to, get out your magnifying glass and look at some of the words and just say, oh, what's that word? What's that word? And that's where your dictionary comes in handy. But already you noticed that you didn't need the dictionary for a lot of the words. for both of these sections. You know, so very good.
What I did, do you see my screen?
Hold it up.
Can you see?
We can't read it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing the alphabet.
Alphabet, yes. I'm trying to read. Yeah.
There you are.
Try to, yeah, I'm
You're
trying
doing
to
uppercase too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The uppercase. Yeah, yeah. I did the uppercase.
Yeah, good. Keep it up.
Yeah, still is a difficult to read, right? When you study the alphabet,
Right. And we
just
spend
like
so
English.
yeah, we spend so much time in lowercase that when you see those uppercase letters, it's kind of hard to translate. Yes.
Yeah.
But keep
Anyway,
writing it out, and
yes, I did.
it'll keep coming.
Yeah, when you are teaching, I was writing on Greek. Do you see? Can you see? No.
Oh, there we are. Very good.
I'm doing this. Yes.